In May 2024, an astrophysics team running Project Hephaistos scanned 5 million stars. They were hunting for impossible heat signatures, and they found seven stars emitting a massive excess of infrared radiation that no natural law can explain. They are not blocked by planets or dust clouds or debris. They are wrapped in the exhaust heat of gargantuan alien machines. The gravity matrix. Today, we investigate the Dyson candidates of Project Hephaistos and the terrifying scale of cosmic engineering. To understand the anomaly, we must look at the brutal, unyielding mathematics of energy. Every civilization, no matter how alien, is ultimately bound by its ability to harvest power. In 1964, Soviet astronomer Nikolai Kardashev realized that if we survive long enough, our energy hunger will become cosmic. He proposed the Kardashev Scale, a method of classifying civilizations based on their absolute power consumption. A Type I civilization commands all the energy of its home planet, every drop of sunlight, wind, and geothermal heat. Humanity is not even on the board yet. We are currently a Type 073, still burning dead plants and split atoms. But what happens when a Type I civilization outgrows its planet? When it needs billions of times more power to run quantum supercomputers and warp drives? It must graduate to Type II. It must harvest its entire host star. In 1960, legendary physicist Freeman Dyson theorized exactly how a godlike species would achieve this. They would build a Dyson Sphere, a colossal megastructure completely enveloping a star to capture 100% of its radiation. But a solid shell is mathematically impossible. The gravitational stresses would tear it apart, sending trillions of tons of metal plunging into the sun. Instead, a real Type II civilization would construct a Dyson swarm. A dense, perfectly choreographed cloud of billions of independent solar collectors, beaming microwave energy across the solar system. The engineering scale required to build this is enough to break the human mind. You cannot simply mine asteroids to build a swarm. There isn't enough material. To enclose a star, you must completely dismantle a planet the size of Jupiter. You must strip mine its core, atom by atom, feeding the raw mass into automated orbital foundries. This civilization would operate on timescales of thousands of years, patiently blocking out their own sun. But no machine is 100% perfectly efficient. The laws of thermodynamics demand a toll. Even a Dyson swarm must radiate its waste heat into space, glowing faintly in the mid-infrared spectrum. For decades, we assumed we were alone, but what if we were just looking through the wrong lens? Instead of listening for radio greetings, we should be looking for the industrial exhaust of galactic empires. This was the primary mission of Project Hephaistos, a massive, AI-driven dragnet of the Milky Way. And out of 5 million candidates, they found 7 stars that are breaking the laws of nature. The 7 anomalous stars identified by Project Hephaistos share one crucial characteristic. They are all M-dwarfs, red dwarf stars, the smallest, coolest, and longest-living stellar engines in the universe. A red dwarf can burn for trillions of years, long enough for an ancient civilization to lay down permanent roots. But these 7 specific stars are suffering from a condition known as extreme infrared excess. They are emitting vastly more heat than their mass and age dictate. It is exactly the signature predicted by Freeman Dyson, the undeniable thermal exhaust of a megastructure. In science, we must exhaust every natural explanation before invoking aliens. Could this excess heat simply be a dense cloud of cosmic dust, heated by the star? The Hephaistos team rigorously tested this standard model, but the physics failed. If a dust cloud was thick enough to produce that much infrared heat, it would also block the star's visible light. But these 7 stars are shining brightly in the optical spectrum. The light is not blocked. Could it be a protoplanetary disk, a young star still forming its planets? No, data from the Gaia and WISE telescopes confirmed these are ancient, mature stars. Their planetary systems settled billions of years ago. The dust is long gone. Every natural astrophysical explanation was systematically eliminated. The anomaly held strong. The thermal data perfectly matches a fractional Dyson sphere, a megastructure that is only partially complete. These civilizations haven't entirely caged their suns yet. They are currently capturing up to 16% of the total stellar output. 16% of a star's energy is an incomprehensible number. It is the power of 1 billion Earths. Enough power to bend spacetime. Enough power to punch wormholes through the fabric of the galaxy. As the Hephaistos findings reverberated through the scientific world, a profound existential dread set in. We are no longer looking at abstract equations. We are looking at the active construction sites of gods. A civilization capable of dismantling planets operates on a level of physics indistinguishable from magic. If they know we are here, we are entirely at their mercy. A Type 0 civilization like ours is nothing but an anthill. But this revelation immediately births a chilling paradox. If these 7 stars truly harbor Dyson swarms, they are overwhelmingly loud in the infrared spectrum. They are broadcasting their location to the entire Milky Way, bleeding thermal exhaust into the dark. So why haven't we heard any radio chatter? Why is there no intentional communication? Why would a civilization build the loudest, most visible engine in the universe and remain completely silent? Some astrophysicists believe the answer lies in the grim reality of thermodynamics and survival. But the darkest theory suggests they aren't silent by choice. They are silent because they are hiding from something worse. To understand the silence of the Dyson spheres, we must look at the brutal, unbreakable laws of thermodynamics. The second law dictates that entropy must always increase. No machine is perfectly efficient. Even a godlike Type II civilization cannot defy physics. If they don't dump their waste heat into space, their megastructures will melt into slag. They are forced to glow in the infrared spectrum. It is their unavoidable technological exhaust. But radio waves, lasers, directed communication, those are entirely optional. And the 7 Hephaistos stars are perfectly, terrifyingly dead in the radio spectrum. They are leaking heat because they have to, but they are holding their breath. This chilling behavior perfectly aligns with one of the most terrifying concepts in astrophysics, the dark forest theory. Imagine the universe is a dark forest at night. Every civilization is an armed hunter stalking through the trees. If a hunter suddenly hears a twig snap or sees a campfire in the distance, what do? Because cosmic distances are too vast for diplomacy, they cannot know if the other hunter is friendly. Communication takes centuries. Paranoia takes seconds. The only logical option for survival is to shoot first. To reveal your location to the cosmos is to invite instant, unrelenting annihilation. And what kind of weapons would a Type II civilization use to cleanse the forest? They wouldn't use lasers or nuclear bombs. They would use relativistic kinetic kill vehicles. A solid, dumb mass of dense metal, accelerated to 99% the speed of light. Because it travels just behind the speed of its own light, you cannot see it coming until the exact moment it hits. When a relativistic weapon strikes a planet, it doesn't just leave a crater. It liquefies the entire crust. It shatters the world like a glass marble hit by a bullet. This is the terrifying reality of the dark forest, and it perfectly explains the Hephaistos anomaly. The builders of these Dyson swarms are not harnessing their stars to explore the universe in peace. They are building fortresses. They are drawing unimaginable power to fuel planetary shields and terrifying weapons. They are hiding their optical light, locking their doors, and preparing for an unseen predator. If a Type II civilization, capable of moving planets, is this terrified of the dark, what does that mean for us? Humanity is a fragile Type 07 civilization. We do not have planetary shields or relativistic weapons. And we have spent the last 80 years doing the exact opposite of hiding. Since the invention of radar, we have been screaming our exact location into the cosmic forest. Our electromagnetic bubble is now over 80 light-years wide, washing over thousands of star systems. We are a blinding beacon in a forest full of silent, heavily armed hunters. In 1974, we even beamed a high-powered, concentrated radio message from the Arecibo Observatory, directly at a dense star cluster. That broadcast, the Arecibo message, contained our exact galactic coordinates, our atomic makeup, and a map of our solar system. It was designed as a message of peace, but in the dark forest, it acts as a brilliant targeting beacon. If a hostile Type II civilization intercepted that message, their response would not be a radio greeting. It would be a kinetic kill vehicle, already traveling across the void at near light speed. And because it travels just behind its own light, our telescopes would see absolutely nothing. Until the sky suddenly burned. The 7 Hephaistos stars are a grim warning. They prove that cosmic engineering is possible, but survival requires silence. We must ask ourselves, are the builders of those spheres the predators of the Milky Way or the prey? A civilization capable of caging a star could easily crush Earth without a second thought. Yet they are the ones hiding behind walls of metamaterial and blinding infrared heat. It implies a hierarchy of terror, a cosmic food chain where even gods have predators. This profound realization has sparked a fierce debate among Earth's astrophysicists and philosophers. Should we continue our active SETI programs, shouting into the dark to find a friend? Or should we enforce a global radio silence, pulling the blanket over our heads before the monsters arrive? The great silence, it seems, is not an accident of nature. It is a deliberate, engineered state of survival. The universe is quiet because the loud ones are already dead. As our fragile blue marble continues its orbit, we remain completely exposed to the whims of the galaxy. We cannot build a Dyson sphere to hide behind. We are naked in the dark. But perhaps we are looking at the wrong scale. The 7 Dyson candidates are confined to our Milky Way. They are localized anomalies, individual fortresses. What happens when an entire galaxy goes dark? In 2025, a deep sky survey mapped the large-scale structure of the universe, looking far beyond our local group. They weren't looking for single stars. They were looking at the cosmic web itself. And they found a wound in the fabric of space, a region so impossibly empty, It defies all cosmological models. A perfectly spherical void, spanning 330 million light-years across. It should contain 10,000 galaxies. Instead, it contains almost nothing. This isn't a star being hidden by a swarm. This is an entire sector of the universe that has been erased. Did a type III civilization consume it all, or did the universe itself tear apart? The Boötes void is the ultimate graveyard of the cosmos, a mystery that makes the dark forest look like a playground. And in Part 3, we stare directly into the abyss to uncover the terrifying force that emptied it.